everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back to talk about something that I didn't think I would have to speak about so soon, but I've been pushed into a corner and it has to happen. Toilet training. It was bound to happen sooner or later. I knew it was coming. I hoped it was coming in the further future, like closer to September when Billy's going to preschool, but our circumstances have changed and now I have to do it sooner. I'll give you a little background. So at the moment Billy goes to play school 3 mornings a week, and we were really lucky. We found somewhere that was local, that was really affordable, and also that he didn't have to be toilet trained to go to the play school. And just from speaking to other mothers and fathers, that is a really big deal. Most of them will not take them unless they're toilet trained. So I was really lucky and there was no rush. As time went on and Billy started talking about, his friends going to the toilet and making a wee in the potty, and I started to think about toilet training and how it was probably in the more immediate future, in the next couple of months, over the summer or something like that. But it still felt like it was really far away for some reason. Then last week went into school and got the really sad news that his play school is closing down, and I would literally, when the teacher told me, I cried. I was so disappointed. He just settled so well there. He absolutely loves it. It means I can get my work done from home. It's a 5-minute walk from our house, and he is just so settled and happy, and the fact that it's closing down is just awful news. I was absolutely devastated at the news, and there was nothing I could really do about it other than look for a new play school. Now, in Ireland you get 2 free play school years, you get preschool years, you get basically the 2 years before you go to school. If you're going to school at 5, you get the first year from 3 to 4 and the second year from 4 to 5, but it depends what month your child is born in. I'm pretty lucky. Billy's born in June, which means he actually gets the full 2 years. So he gets 2 preschool terms before he goes to big school, and he would be due to start his first one now in September. So I needed to find somewhere that he could go in September, first and foremost, but also when the school closes at the end of June, it's left me in a bit of a pickle because I need to be able to work, and I work from home. And I can't do that if he's not in play school, and those 3 mornings a week literally made it possible. So I started looking, and it was pretty hard to find somewhere that was actually open as a preschool in September, but also that was open throughout the summer, just as kind of like a nursery or a creche. But I found one, and I have absolutely no idea how it's going to go, but they had a place and I paid a deposit, and a friend of mine actually recommended the place, so I was pretty happy about that. And the only thing is, I just mentioned, the nappy situation. I said, well, he's still in nappies, he's not toilet trained. And she was like, oh no, he'll have to be toilet trained. And I was like, oh dear. So that's why we're here now. So he has to be toilet trained by the end of June. He's starting this place in July. He can't go unless he's toilet trained. So it gave me an actual date to work towards, and it's probably a good thing, because I probably would have just panicked and done it in August before preschool, and maybe it would have been a disaster, whereas at least now I have a good 5 or 6 weeks before he needs to be trained. So I decided this week we just need to start, because it could be a disaster. So yesterday I decided to I was going to go to like a toy shop or to Mothercare and pick up Potty and a stool and everything. And I love when stuff like this happens, but we were doing our food shopping in Aldi, and Aldi were having a baby event, I didn't even know, and a baby and a toddler event, and they had the potties, the steps, and the little toilet seat that you put onto the toilet, and they just had it all as we were doing our shopping. So I was so happy. I got the 3 of them matching. They were €3.99 each, €12 for the lot, and it just meant we didn't have to go to another shop yesterday, which everybody knows stuff like that makes a huge difference to your day. And they were €12 for the lot. So this is the style. So this is the step. It's a little turtle. It's kind of, I don't know, lime green and blue, and it's got the non-slip kind of silicone. So that's the step to help them step up onto the big toilet. Then this is the cover to go on the big toilet. It just kind of clips on, and it has these at the bottom actually make it clip onto the seat, so it's not just resting on the toilet seat, it actually does clip onto the toilet seat. And it's the same range. It's that little character. So that was $3.99. The stool was $3.99. And then last but not least, the potty. So the potty is the same kind of character, same colour, same everything, and I love the fact that they're all matching, because I feel like it will it might help with the consistency of the whole thing, but it's also silicone and non-slip. We did take this out last night and just to see would Billy make a wee wee, and he absolutely did not make a wee wee. He made a mess on the floor. Next up, what else do we need? I got these little toilet wipes. So these are little toddler kind of toilet wipes. My aunt recommended picking these up. They do them in all, like Aldi do them and Lidl do them and Dunnes and Tesco, pretty much everywhere does them. But they're just like another form of a baby wipe, but you can actually flush them down the toilet. So obviously we're going to have to do that. Yeah, flush the wipe down the toilet one at a time. So that's really cool. Next up is, I actually can't cope, his underwear. Like, I can't even imagine him wearing underwear, but look. So naturally I would have went for little like pants, like little briefs. Are they called briefs? Yeah, briefs. With like, you know, Marvel or Peppa Pig or something that something that he would recognise. But my aunt, as part of his Easter present, got him these. Look how cute they are. They're boxers. Seriously, are they not the cutest things you've ever seen? So they're boxers, just like what like he would be used to seeing his daddy wearing. And size 3 to 4, and we got them in Dunnes stores. They were $4.50 for 3 pairs, and I just think they are absolutely adorable. And I think it'll be good because he's never seen like briefs before, but he's seen boxers, so that'll be kind of something he'll relate to. They're just so cute. I can't even cope with the thoughts of him walking around wearing these. Last but not least, I didn't buy a fancy like reward chart or anything like that, but I'm going to make one up myself. I might make it even a thing we do together. So just as an example, I have just a piece of paper, and we have loads of stickers in this house, but they're just an example of some of the stickers we have. These are just little love heart ones, and every single time he goes to the toilet I'm going to give him a little star and some form of a little chocolate treat. Not ideal, but like all of my friends have told me that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it, is just to have little treats to hand, a little Smartie or whatever, and that they will not expect for the rest of their lives that every time they go to the toilet they get a treat. But in the meantime, it's something that's going to hopefully help. So that's going to be like our reward chart type thing. And last but not least, I'm joking. Kind of. No, I am joking, but I just wanted to nod to the fact that I know it's going to be a pretty intense, stressful couple of days. My best friend just finished toilet training her little girl, and she told me that it was hell on earth. I'm preparing for the worst. I know it's going to be pretty bad, particularly because we live in like a small flat. It's going to be very cramped. The idea of not going anywhere for a few days is a bit hellish, I'm not going to lie. Billy's the kind of kid that we just need to be out and about all the time. So yeah, I am not looking forward to that side of it, but it has to be done. He has to be toilet trained. I need to do this for him. I need to help him do this. So the plan is Thursday is the first day that I have nowhere to be. So Thursday morning we're going to just let him roam around, put his little boxers on him, just not put a nappy on him, get him used to the idea of using the potty. And then Thursday night, like when he goes to bed, I'm going to put a nappy on him as normal, but during the day he's going to be just wearing his little boxers, or probably just bare bummed for the first few hours. Then Friday, and I know this probably seems a bit mad, he's due to go to school, and I'm going to send him to school. I know it sounds mad because it's only a day after the first day, but his play school teacher is so helpful, and she, like my friend goes to the same play school, her little girl goes to the same play school as Billy, and said that she was such a supportive person throughout the whole thing. So I'm definitely going to avail of her support, send him into school as normal. It's only 3 hours, send him in with a couple of spare sets of clothes, which obviously we are going to need, but I'm going to make use of it before the weekend of one day where he's doing what his friends in school do. Like, I know he's going to have several accidents in school, but his teacher, I'm really lucky, and this is just why it's so sad that the place is closing down. She's just so nice and sweet and thoughtful and helpful, and she's told me she'll help me in any way that she can. So we're going to go to school as normal. It's just a 5-minute walk from our house. Let him go to the toilet before we leave, go to school, see how he gets on, come home, and pretty much spend the afternoon home again. And then Saturday and Sunday are just weekend days. Daddy's going to be home, and we're going to just have to bite the bullet and stay home a good bit both of those days. Like, we're going to go over to Nana and Grandad's on Sunday, which is a car ride, but I don't know, we'll just have to let him go to the toilet before we go, try and limit the fluids, which is going to be hard because at the moment he's asking for bottles constantly, And I know he's nearly 3 and he shouldn't be having bottles and blah blah blah. I know that. I know, trust me, I know, but it's really, really, really hard. They're watered down bottles. It's only like at the moment even he's drinking almond milk and different types of milk just so he's not over consuming dairy. But it's a comfort thing because he hasn't been feeling well. So we need to just kind of break that habit and distract him and do lots of like crafty things and hide the bottles and just limit the fluids for a couple of days. Because, you know, obviously the more fluids he has, the more he's going to want to go. But I still cannot believe this is happening, that actually I'm going to be trying to toilet train. Trying is the right word there. Trying to toilet train our little boy. So I'm hoping by the time he's 3, he'll be toilet trained. He's going to be 3 in just under 4 weeks time. So it's like 3.5 weeks. So by the time his 3rd birthday comes along, I'm thinking we might be just buying 1 packet of nappies every couple of weeks. So because he'll just have one at night time. And he'll be toilet trained. So that's the hope, that's the plan. I will of course be vlogging the whole thing, well, you know, within reason. I'll be vlogging my reaction to what's going on and I'll let you all know how I get on. But it's just another milestone. I'm actually going to binge watch all of the toilet training videos on Channel Mum today because there's so many of them. If you just search the tag toilet training on their website, you'll find all the videos that relate to toilet training, and like, I don't know, actual mothers who've gone through it are professionals in my eyes. So I really look forward to learning from them, and I will upload a video next week to let you know how well we're getting on with the whole thing, and hopefully it'll have been somewhat of a success. But I'm not being too optimistic because, I don't know, it's not like he's ready and he's showing the signs that he's ready. He's just nearly 3 and has to be toilet trained by July. So it's kind of one of those situations. But luckily I have a dinner on Friday night with my 2 friends to look forward to. So even though I'm going to be home for a few days and it's going to be quite hard because his sleep has been so bad lately anyway, it's going to be a tough few weeks, but I'm mentally prepared for it. I'm just going to plan on trying to get as much work as I can done while I'm home. Get stuff done in the house that I have been meaning to do, like clearing up my wardrobe and stuff, and just keep busy and yeah, just go into survival mode really. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment to let me know how you got on with toilet training. I genuinely really want to hear people's experiences and any tips or tricks you have. Like for example, a few people told me not to go near pull-ups because they'll just confuse them. So I took that on board and I didn't bother getting pull-ups. People said that he'll just see it as another nappy. So yeah, all your tips would be great. Please subscribe if you like this video and you want to keep up to date with what we're up to, and please head over to Channel Mum and check out all the other videos on toilet training because that's exactly what I am about to do. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye!